Hello Stings, this is going to be part 4 of your fall semester review, which will include problems 14 through 17. So here we have 4 graphs, and we have this inequality, y is greater than 3 minus 2x. So all of these lines, if you'll notice on the graph, they are all the same slope and y-intercept. We just have shading and the line being solid or dashed that we have to look at. So first off, this is greater than. So do we want dashed or solid is the first thing we'll ask ourselves. And we have a solid and a solid that will not be part of our answer choice because it's a strictly greater than. So since it's greater than, we now ask ourselves, do we shade above or below? And we want things that are bigger than 3 on the y-axis. So here's 4 and 5. Here's 3, here's 2, 1, 0. These are all things that are smaller, and we need things that are bigger. So F is our answer on problem number 14. On problem number 15, we have a scatter plot, and it says total field goals made and attempted for the Texas A&M Aggies are plotted on the graph. So here we have field goals attempted. Notice that it is counting by 20s, and also the y-axis counts by 20s for field goals made. Given this relationship, how many field goals would you expect a player to make if he attempts 140? So here's our 140. And somewhere through here is going to be our guess at our attempt. So here, this one is above 80, and this one is below 60. So we would expect, let's see, this one looks to be about 50, and this looks to be about 90. We would expect our answer to be between 50 and 90. So it wouldn't be 50, we would expect it to be higher, and it wouldn't be 34. So here's 80, that's probably about 90. Here's 63 would put us somewhere along in here, and 83 would put us somewhere along in here. So it looks like from the general trend that it's going to be closer to 63 than it is to 82. For problem number 16, it says a football coach tracks the number of yards in penalties that his team gets each game and the total number of points scored. The graph shows the results of his tracking. So here we're counting by tens on the x-axis, which is your number of penalties. And looks like as penalties increase, the number of points we score decreases, and the y-axis is counting by 5. So we have by 5 here and by 10 here. It says based on these results, if the team keeps the penalties down to 35 yards per game, so that's going to be somewhere along here. Let me put this sideways. Okay, there's about where 35 is. So somewhere in this area, looks like it's coming down in here, maybe between 35 and 40. Is there a good 35 or 40 in there? Looks like 38. So A would be 18, which would be somewhere down here, which is not part of the group. C is 28, which is getting up here closer to the group, but still a little bit below. 48 is up here at the top up here, which is too high for it being out here since it's decreasing. So we would choose B, 38. So for number 17, our final problem on part 4, says solve ax minus 5 equals b for a. So I have ax minus 5 equals b. And I need to isolate a. So the first thing, I see that I don't have any fractions to clear. I don't need to simplify anything. A is only on the left-hand side. But I've got an x and a 5 on the same side with it. I can add 5 to get rid of that 5. So I have ax equals b plus 5. So now I've isolated the ax term, but I need the a by itself, so I need to get rid of the x. So that means I'm going to take both sides and divide them by x. Because x is not common to either b or 5, I'm just going to leave it as b plus 5 in the numerator and x in the denominator. It's not going to help me to divide each of those specific items. So we end up with answer choice C. And that is part 4 for your fall semester exam review. These are problems 14, 15, 16, and 17.